Welcome. This is MoneyHeart, where we explore the emotional side of money. I'm Camille Diaz, and today we're discussing senior living pro tips. My guest is Miri Hadas Koller. She is the CEO of Gihong Senior Living and has almost 30 years of experience in all aspects of real estate, including marketing of single-family homes and condominium properties, the management of commercial properties, and now almost 15 years of experience in the retirement home sector. Miri has a passion for people and faith in people's good intentions. Working in teams, building relationships, helping people shine is what she believes leaders should do. Miri, welcome to MoneyHeart.
Thank you. Good to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. So this is a really cool topic, and I think a lot of people don't think about this until almost the last minute when they're going, oh gosh, I got to find a solution, whether it's for myself or for an aging parent or something like that. And I think a lot of times that's because there's kind of a fear around senior living, and you hear people say things like, don't put me in a home. Like, whatever you do, don't do that.
Yes.
So where is this coming from? What are people really nervous about?
That's a big question. I think most people have this this view of hospital, prison. I don't know. People have definitely have a bad perception of what retirement living is all about. And these days, most retirement homes are nice and modern and bright and shiny and look like a condo. And you and I walk in there and think, can I book a room? So I think, yes, you're right. People normally don't know about it until they need it. I heard somebody once say, until you actually need a wheelchair, you don't know where to buy one. So yes, until you reach a point where you're thinking of a retirement home, you've never been to one unless you had a grandparents. And if you had a grandparent many years ago, you might have a visual of something that's more akin to a hospital.
Okay, yeah. So we're really talking about senior living as more of a community place, not just a place where you go when you get sick.
Yes, I tell my parents all the time, do it now. Think about it now. Go now and do some shopping, because when it gets to the point where you need it and you have to go, we will choose for you. So if you want to choose for yourself, my parents are in their 80s, but they're completely independent, and they can get in the car, go check out, choose something. And yes, once you walk in and you see what it's all about, it's not as scary, and you might actually fall in love.
I like that idea of go pick it out if you want to pick what you want, rather than waiting until someone else has to make the decision for you. I feel like I am saying that regularly for multiple things, is if you can set it up now, then you don't have to worry about what somebody else will choose later, because you've already made that decision. That's like one of those estate planning things, either you can make your will and your trust now, or you can let the estate determine what it is they want to do with all your stuff at the end.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah. And I think, that kind of lets people keep the independence that they have, because they've made the choice of where they want to be. I feel like that might be kind of one of the factors, is people are nervous that they won't be independent anymore when they're living in a senior living facility.
Yes, for sure. We like to joke about it in our sector. We call it, I'm not ready. Because that's the main reason why people don't want to move to a retirement home, because they're not ready. And usually the topic is independence. Yes, I want to stay independent as long as I can.
Right.
And I say to that, you want independence? Move to a retirement home, because in a retirement home, you're independent. You chose it. You chose your suite. And then there you get a lot of options of things to choose, and you're not dependent on other people. You're not dependent on your kids, your daughter, your neighbors. Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a great point. So, for example, let's say if someone in your family has to bring you meals because you can't really, walk around and do things enough to cook a lot, you're not independent, even though you're living in your house.
Yes, yes. So many seniors live alone in their home, in their 80s, uh, widowed or not, but yeah, even if they're a couple, a lot of time one of them is taking care of the other.
Mhm.
So again, not independent.
Right.
And then, yes, they are very dependent on daughters, sons to come and fix things, to come and clean, to come and do laundry, to come and do their grocery stores for them. I have a beautiful, wonderful, very nice lady living next door. She calls us to turn on the TV, to open a jar, to close a closet. Yes, so she's independently living in her home, but her son, her daughter, and us are
Right.
looking over her. So
Yeah.
if you move into a retirement home, then you're really independent because you chose it. It's yours. You get to decide what you do with your day, and you're not reliant on your neighbors or your kids.
Because all of those services are built in. So changing the light bulb happens because that's already built in. You don't have to call someone to come do it.
Yes.
Yeah. Somebody can program the VCR. That's part of the service. It's all in there. So what are some of the other benefits of senior living? It's starting to sound kind of good. Like maybe I need to think about this.
So I can tell you that as somebody who's been in the sector for now many years, every time I walk into one, I'm already choosing my suite.
I love it.
Because yeah, I don't know, I don't enjoy cooking, I don't enjoy cleaning. So the thought of, okay, I can move here and somebody else is in charge of all these chores, yeah, I could go for that.
Yeah.
And sorry, I lost my train of thought. You asked me about
Some other benefits of senior living, because
right.
okay, so we've got chores handled, which I think for
Mm.
me would be huge. Okay, I
Mhm.
don't have to clean anymore. Meals are handled, so I don't have to shop, I don't have to plan what to have, and I don't have to cook.
Yes.
So what
Or
else
wash
are they doing?
dishes.
or or wash dishes. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
but to be serious, as far as I'm concerned, the most important aspect of senior housing, senior living, is the social engagement. You're not alone. And again, a senior in their 80s living alone is alone. Most of the days, families come to visit
Mhm.
on some kind of a regular basis, usually, but yeah, they would be alone for many, many days. And then health deteriorates. You don't get to exercise. You don't cook because it's just you. So I'll just make up myself a cup of tea and toast with jam. So
Mhm.
yes, you're alone for way too much, and we all need engagement. And if you want to be surrounded by people, if you move to a retirement residence, you're surrounded by people. And again, it's your choice. You have your suite, you can go in there, shut the door. But when you are looking for a company,
Mhm.
open the door, and there are lots of people your age, with
Yeah.
your same experiences in life, people to talk to, people to hang out with. Yes. And I like to tell this story because I think that's the most important thing. Every year we would run resident satisfaction surveys
Mhm.
and asked our residents what's the thing that you like most about living here, and we would get back the word friendship in all in all possible formats. People are so friendly, the staff is so friendly, I made friends I never expected to make more friends in my 80s. It's such a friendly environment. The word friend is just repeats itself. People discover socializing again.
That I think is huge because like what you were saying, when you are living independently in a house and it's just you, it's really just you. You're not working most likely, and you're not going to be needing to cook for, however many people you had, if you had your spouse or your kids or family or neighbors or whoever, and they're kind of faded away. There's not a lot of meaning happening when you're
Yes.
just at home by yourself. And like you said, the nutrition's going to go downhill because you're like, it's just me. There's no point in making a thing. Why would I want to shop? And the social aspect of getting to feel like things are fun and you have people to talk to, and especially people that are in the same situation as you, so you have the same understandings, the similar life experience, that when you talk to each other you're speaking the same language. It doesn't feel like, oh, all my friends are 20 or 30 years younger than me, they're younger than my kids, something like that. And it feels weird to talk to them. You've got people that are exactly in the same place that you are, so you have that common ground for the relationship. I think that's fabulous. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that that's the most important aspect of moving into senior housing is socializing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yes, just not being alone, because we know loneliness is a serious problem in our society.
Yeah, and a little bit scary too, because if something did happen to you, you trip over the rug and fall or whatever, then how do you fix that? You're in there by yourself. There's not someone to call for help. You've got to get yourself over. So I guess there's a bit of a safety feature as well. Um,
100%, yes. So if you don't show up for breakfast, somebody will come to look for you. If you, yes. So it's not only that the team there in the building is in charge of making sure that you're well. It's
mhm.
also your new friends, your new buddies, your table mates, your card mates, your knitting club.
Yeah.
They will come look for you if you're not coming out to play cards.
Yeah. Yeah. And it might, maybe you're just having a day where you're like, not don't want to people today, but it's great to know that someone's going to care enough to go check on you. So that's always a nice feeling to know that somebody actually is expecting you to be there and looking for you to be there and coming to find you if you're not.
Mm-hmm.
All of this sounds really great. I'm sort of ready to sign up. Like, sounds like it would make life a lot easier. I don't have to cook. I don't have to shop. I don't have to clean. I don't have to do dishes.
And
and
you get to play cards and
I get to play and hang
exercise and
out
all
with people
that.
all day. That's right. So let's talk about the cost. How I guess you're over in Canada. I'm in the U.S. right now, so the cost is probably going to be similar but different because we've got currency rates and exchange and all that kind of stuff. But when I think cost of senior living, I'm thinking several $1,000s a month. Is that about right for where you are as well?
Yeah, so I'm in Toronto, in Canada, and yeah, I would say the price range starts from low 3,000 and can go as high as you like, and yeah, there's a large range. I'm sorry, I don't know the prices in the US, but I would imagine
I think
they're
it's about the
similar.
same. About the
Yeah.
same. Yep. Yep.
And then it depends on what you add on and how large the suite you want. If you're in a
Right.
studio, 1 bedroom, a 2 bedroom,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
garden home, and the range of sizes and options is endless. And of course, there's the question of what services do you need? Are you with just the basics? You get your meals and a weekly housekeeping, or are you looking for help with showering, help with getting dressed? As when you're in your 80s, sometimes you need help put on your socks.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so really depends on what kind of services you're looking for. A lot
So
of
let's
retail.
say
Yeah.
somebody went into a scene, like, because you're saying, tell parents, shop now, pick the one you want. Sometimes there might even be a waiting list. I'm guessing if it's a popular place, you might have to wait before you get a spot.
Yes, I think those that are private pay, so it's not a government
Hmm.
program. Usually, if there is a wait list, it's not huge.
Okay.
The private pays are usually, you can usually get in when you're ready.
Hmm.
Um, and
And
again,
so
sorry.
then the cost is going to be based on how much services you need. So if you go in and you don't really need a lot of help, let's say you just the basic, the cooking, the cleaning, and then that's kind of it. Uh, but 5 or 10 years down the road, you need a little help showering, can't reach your feet to put your socks on. I've had that experience before. It's unpleasant. You really do need help putting your socks on. um, is that something that can be added on while you're there?
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Again, I'm talking from my Canadian experience. You get assessed on some kind of a regular basis, and it
Oh,
would be suggested to you that you probably could use help with this or with that.
okay.
Um, so yes, 100%, it's very flexible. And what we've done in my companies now, we offer independent senior living apartments where you actually only rent the apartment and you take none of the services. So it's really completely a la carte. What is it that you want to add? Because that gives you the most flexibility.
Mhm.
And yeah, you add as you need when you need it. Why pay for services you don't need?
Right, exactly. And then thinking about that independence piece that we talked about before, that people might be worried that they can't go somewhere and they're just trapped there on site once you move in there. Can you bring your car? Is there a place to park it? If you are unable to drive or don't want to drive, do they take you places? How does that work?
So most retirement homes will have parking available to the residents, either for pay or a small monthly fee, or for free, depending where they are and how much parking they have.
Right.
So for sure, a lot of seniors in retirement homes still drive, and for a lot of people, it's emotional thing. We name our car, we love our car, we don't want to give our car up. So,
It's
so yes,
freedom. Yeah.
yes. So sometimes it's really an emotional decision to give up your car.
Mhm.
Um, and of course, most retirement homes have some kind of transportation services where once a week there'll be a shuttle to the local shopping mall to get whatever it is that you want to shop for.
Mhm.
You don't need grocery shopping, but
But you can have, I mean, if you have, your favorite cookies or something like that, you might want to go get that
yes,
and bring it
yes,
back. Hmm.
yes. And then most retirement homes offer excursions, trips. There's a monthly trip to the local casino.
How fun.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So if we go to take a tour, so let's say we've decided at least we want to go pick something out, get a feel for it. What questions should we be asking on the tour? What do we do to kind of make the most of this experience of getting to figure out what's a good fit?
So I'm gonna give you two tips.
Okay.
One is if you Google it, you can find a whole bunch of forms that you can print and download of what to look for when you're shopping for a retirement home.
Yes.
I did that ahead of our
Just to see what you would
chat.
find.
Yes,
Nice.
to see what I would find. And yeah, there's a whole bunch you could choose from. And they give you all kinds of ideas of questions to ask and things to look for. So if you're the spreadsheet kind of person, you can create a spreadsheet.
Guilty.
And yes, I had a feeling.
Yeah, you knew, huh? You just know that that's me. I love it.
Well, I'm a spreadsheet kind of girl too. So
Okay, so we can
I,
recognize each other. I gotcha.
yes. But then I would take you to the other side of it, which is on uh, uh, my personal take on it is, when you walk into the door, do you feel like you entered a happy place? Is the
Yeah.
concierge smiling at you and being nice? Are people stopping to smile at you? Is there an overall feeling of, I'm in a nice place, there are nice people around me? You know, when you at a tour, the sales and marketing rep, yeah, they're going to be nice. That's their job.
Sure.
But other than that, them, are other people nice? And a lot of time you go into a place and immediately you feel the happy. And really that's the most important thing. And again, going back to my story of our annual resident satisfaction survey,
Mhm.
and we ran resident satisfaction. So we would ask the same things you would ask on a tour. How's the food? Is it hot? Is it does it come quickly? How's the building? Is it well maintained? How's the nursing? You know, all those technical questions. But on every aspect, we always ask about the team. Are they courteous? Are they warm and friendly? And that is usually what gets the highest marks when we do the resident satisfaction survey. The team makes all the difference. If they're nice and they're courteous and they're friendly, that's what makes the retirement a happy place. So I highly recommend get the vibe of the place. Does it make you feel happy?
Yes, I think that's a great point because, sometimes we don't live near our parents. And so if we're trying to help our parents choose a facility that they're going to be moving into sometime in the next couple of years, it makes sense for us to narrow it down and then go actually walk into the building. Because trying to pick a place on the internet and say that one seems good, it might all look fabulous, but maybe they just had a really good web developer or a really good marketing team. You don't know how the place actually is. Kind of like, if you were going to send your kid to college, you might want to go tour the college before they start in the fall. So just so you have an idea of the feel. That's a great tip to go check it out.
Most retirement homes will invite you to a lunch tour.
Oh, okay.
Yes, definitely, it's a thing. It's an opportunity for you to not only taste the food and see if it's nice and if it's warm, but also to look around you. How do people around you look, and how is the team treating the residents around you? Are they nice? Do they seem patient? Is there a happy atmosphere? That's really key.
Yeah, and are you allowed to talk to the people that live there?
People that live there usually talk to you.
Okay, so be expecting that, huh?
Yeah, normally people are friendly, there's a tour, everybody wants to talk to them. So, and if the residents stopped you to tell you this is a great place, you're in the right place.
Nice. That is so good to know. I love that. This has been really, really helpful to get all this great information. Is there anything else that you want to share, or a tip to tell us, something we should do, something we should not do, that kind of a thing when we visit or when we're thinking about this?
My biggest tip is to try the tour, because until you do, you don't know what you're looking for. You don't know until you're out there and looking and feeling and seeing what's out there. It's all too theoretical, and I highly recommend it. And if I didn't have a 20-something, maybe I'd pack up the hobby and move.
I like it. A few more years, your 20-something will be fully out on their own, and then you can do that. Just forget about everything else. You can just go have someone handle things for you. So
yes,
yeah, I love it. So I want to share something, because on my intake form, I do a little intake form for all of the guests that come on the show. And I always ask them to share something interesting or unique. And sometimes it makes it into the show, sometimes it doesn't. It's just one of those kind of cool things. So you shared that you actually have a bachelor's degree in chemistry. but ended up in the senior housing sector because of a fear of public speaking. And so you didn't want to continue in an academic career because there would be public speaking, and you're just like, yeah, I'm so not signing up for that. And I wanted to point out that you did a fabulous job of public speaking today. So thank you.
Yes. So definitely, ever since my my university years, it's been a couple of years since then.
1 or 2, yeah, mine as well.
But yes, that was definitely fear of public speaking went along with me until really the last, I would say, 5 years, when I had no choice. I had to stand in front of my team and talk. And yeah, I'm still nervous, but I get over it.
I think that's a fabulous message for people out there who are nervous about public speaking. I'm so glad that it made you nervous before, because it put you into a fabulous career that you were able to share a lot of information with us today. So really appreciate that. Thank you for enlightening us with your knowledge and making the whole senior living discussion and decision a little less nerve-wracking for people, I hope.
Yeah, I hope so too. And thank you for letting me preach.
I love it. I love it. If you want to connect with Miri on LinkedIn, you can do that under Miri Hadas Koller, or by emailing her at info@yhsl.ca. Thank you as well to all of our listeners and viewers. I'm your host, Camille Diaz. I specialize in financial education, life insurance with living benefits, and guaranteed lifetime income. If you want to have a comfortable money conversation with me, my email is camille@serenityfinancial.us. Be sure to follow MoneyHeart on social media at MoneyHeart Show, and on our website, moneyheartshow.com. Miri provided us with a money mantra for today. And after all of the talk about community and getting to hang out with people and feel things, I think we completely understand this money mantra, which is, it's not all about the money. Thank you, Miri.
Thank you. It was really fun.
Yes.